Hey, this is Rese2Real, and you're watching a 416 interview.
So what first got you into music?
It just started out when I was real young, like 2, 3 years old, and just the, just always having my own rhythm. That's what really kind of like got me into music. So I really started out like being interested in like instruments and stuff like that. But, just as life goes on and things happen, I kind of gravitated towards rapping and like songwriting, and that's what really got me into music to begin with.
When would you create your first song?
I created my first song when I was 13, living in Dallas. Yeah, I was 13, and that's when Rese2Real started. I was kind of I just kind of made a song about what I was doing at the time, and I had my boy Jay hop on the track with me. He go by BDGJ, and we just hopped on a song. It was called Hitman, and yeah, that's when I made my first song. I was 13, 14.
What's behind the name Reese to Real?
It's like simple, but it's not. It's really just I've been keeping it real with everything I be rapping about, everything I speak about in my music, and I'm just also like a real person. And then of course the Reese, my name is Tyrese, so Rese2Real, just, and then that too real is because sometimes I just be too real with people, like they don't even I just be too real all the time, just being myself.
Moving on to your creative process, how do you create a song?
My creative process is I'll find the beat, or I'll receive a beat from somebody. I'll listen to it, and then I just get to writing on how I feel, on what's been going on, like, and then I just get in that studio and I record. That's the whole creative process. It's nothing too crazy. It just kind of comes. I just let my music flow to me naturally, like when it comes to writing and stuff like that.
So you mentioned writing. Do you not freestyle?
I do freestyle now. Also, when it comes to the creative process, I guess it is a thing of like where I don't have to write. Um, I kind of do it all. Like I'll write some of my verses. I'll freestyle some of my verses. It just depends on like how I'm feeling in the moment. But I wouldn't just say like I'm somebody that purely freestyles or purely writes. But I just kind of do it all.
Speaking about your latest EP, Realist Ride. Yeah, Realist Ride. Um, Talk to me. Which how much of that song was how much of that EP, sorry, was written? How much of that EP was freestyle?
Most of that EP was freestyled, but the two songs that were written, like for sure written, were Feel It and Understand. So literally the first and the last songs on the EP, like those were written for sure, because those came like deep from my heart. So I had to put it on paper. But but like everything else is freestyle. Think Advance was definitely a freestyle. So I would say two of those songs were written, the rest freestyled.
Being from Texas, how has your upbringing in Texas influenced your music style and your storytelling within your sound or songs?
It's influenced a lot because I'm not somebody who just kind of listens to the music, like, so of course, like being from this down south, like I'm not somebody who just really just listens. Like when I listen to music, it's like I study them, but I'm more of an old head. So like I kind of would listen to like UGK and like Zero and all the older artists, and I just kind of like would not really take anything from them, but just kind of like their format and everything I've studied, and then like just also being in Texas, the things that I've got around, like it's like all that kind of goes into my music, and you know, so like it's like a thing of where I'm really more. I don't really like just have like too much emotion in my music, which I feel like is kind of a Texas thing. Like it's not like just too much emotion in it, but you can really feel it. And also like just those older artists, they really got like something to say. When you listening to their music, it's really something you gotta listen to understand. And I feel like that's what influenced my music the most, when it came to being from Texas and listening to those older artists.
While I was looking at your discography, you've got a couple of collaborations, including an artist named Marcus from Mars. How did these like collaborations come about, and like, what do you enjoy most about them?
The thing with Marcus was we're both from Midland, Texas, and we were both from the east side of Midland, Texas, and it was a thing where I would kind of move around a lot. So as like kids, we didn't really know each other, but we had mutuals. So whenever we both got into music, or like it was a thing of where we could connect on the music, we kind of got connected through like mutuals, like some of my family and stuff like that. And it was a thing of where I was in Houston and he was in Houston visiting, so we had got together, and then that's when it made it happen. But the the best thing about like some of the collaborations is like when I collab with people, I don't like it to just be a thing of like music business or nothing. Like, I want to genuinely know who you are, like genuinely know if you're passionate about music the same way I am, and like that's really what I enjoy. Like, is making that music with people that actually have a passion for it, that aren't just like using it, just cause, or just rapping just cause like they actually have a purpose with it. Like that's things I enjoy.
What's your dream collab?
Dream collab, J. Cole. I'll say I'll say dream that's a dream collab for sure.
You grow up listening to him?
Oh yeah, J. Cole, and I also just kind of respect how he moves, like as a person. Like he's kind of out the way, but he still got his big name, but it's not like he just throws himself out there or is looking for attention. That's kind of how I try to move. So I just respect that.
What advice would you like to give to like, upcoming artists who are trying to make it, leave their mark on the music industry?
I would definitely say, like, man, like keep God in everything that you do, like even music wise, like, cause sometimes he'll just tell you like what your next step is, and I feel like I've had to kind of like follow that a little bit, like, cause it'll be times where I have a song and I'll be like ready to put it out and stuff like that, but there'll be like just something telling me like just it's not time yet, and like so I really like move with my intuition when it comes to music, and with the people that I like deal with in the industry and stuff like that. So I'd really just say like listen to your intuition. Make sure that you're always working on something. Don't get cold feet, like when it comes to the music. Just make sure you always got something ready, and really something else that I would say is like for artists is that you gotta remember it's your creation. Like you gotta love it, no matter like what other people think about it. You gotta love it. If you love it, if you think it's worth putting out, then do it. Go for it.
What are some new projects you got coming out or singles?
So some new projects, really. I'm working on some. I'm working on more of like the music videos and stuff like that, getting my visuals out there. So there'll be like new visuals coming out for the Realest Ride EP. But as far as projects and stuff like that, I do have like one feature with a bigger artist coming out. I ain't gonna say it yet. I ain't gonna say it yet, but there is something coming with a bigger artist that I was able to perform at one of his shows. So it is some big stuff coming, but I can't say too much on that part. But as far as like singles and EPs, like it's some more coming. It's definitely more coming.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I see myself like in a place where I'm able to kind of like just chill and eat off music, not even per se wanting all the attention of being like somebody in the industry or something, but having my music like have a mark on people, and it being like a genuine positive, energy going on through people, and just also being able to finance myself with the music, like having that little stability with my music. That's kind of where I see myself in 5 years.
Down, rip the pill, buy my baby some new roses, cause for her, I'm a simp. I don't want no sexy red, I'd rather get charged for a temp, nigga.